Hi, I'm Jane Ward, Trainer Jane, founder and CEO of Selling on the Spot Marketplace, where we help entrepreneurs and business owners like you to embrace the sales process and give you a platform to sell ethically, efficiently, and effectively. I'm thrilled to be here today with Ron Clifford, one of our amazing frequent sponsors of our events. How are you doing today, Ron?
Yeah, I'm doing really well, and I'm so glad I have this opportunity to interview with you.
Thank you. Thank you. Yes, I met you, I guess we're getting close to a year ago now at a selling on the spot marketplace in Ontario when we had in-person events. And
Yeah,
so that's when I was impressed with the work that you showed me. You sponsored that event as well. So I was able to
yeah,
see a lot of the work that you do. And I know I've gotten to know you better and see your work at many of our virtual events. And you absolutely stand out to me with the quality of your work. So first, please introduce yourself to everybody watching as to who you are, who you serve, and how you serve them.
I'd love to. Yeah. So, as you said, my name is Ron Clifford, and I'm a professional photographer here in York Region. And the way I help people is I'm a personal brand photographer that helps people show up and stand out as the face of their brand with visual authority and images that help build visual trust, because we do business with people we know, like, and trust. And very often, the first time somebody encounters us is online or in printed material. It's that image, it's the headshot or the branding image. And so my job is to help you stand out with images that connect you to your audience.
That's wonderful. Yes. And again, such high quality. I know because all of our events are virtual now, you and I have continued having conversations. You know, right now I'm out of town, so I have my red branding.
Yes.
This is not my usual home office. It's a curtain I threw on the window here where I'm staying because I care about how I show up. I care about how I represent and how my brand is,
Yeah.
even though it's, just a red curtain. What are your kind of thoughts and what would you share about how you show up virtually?
Yeah. So this is the whole idea of communicating your character and your unique brand through imagery. And you do it really well. In fact, you're one of the models that I think about when somebody continuously shows up as the face of their brand. You have the red, you appear professionally, you bring a presence with you, like you are an authority in your field. You make no apology for it, and you just give us the straight goods. And so your imagery, even the imagery that you currently have, represents that.
Mhm.
And so when I meet somebody, one of the first questions I ask them when they think about hiring me is, how do you need to be seen? How do you want to be seen? When people see you as the face of your brand, what is that? What character do you bring to the table? Because not everybody is the same. You know, we come from an era where everybody got a headshot on a blue background and they showed it up in an annual report. Well, those days are gone. We still need the headshot, but we can be so much more than that today. And you figured that out already with your particular brand. And so this is how I help people journey from the idea. And most people who call me say, I just need a headshot. And I immediately know when they call me that they may need a lot more than a headshot. And that's the question I asked them. I said, how do you want to show up for your people? What is it you do? And what unique character or style do you bring that we could reveal in your images? And so
Perfect.
that's my
And
approach.
perfect. Yeah. And to me, a headshot is one type of photo. It makes me, first of all, think corporate, which most people aren't, at least not in my world. Mine's entrepreneurs and
Yeah.
business owners. But it also makes me think of LinkedIn or professionalism. So chances are we're all there. But again, that's not our personality. And that's why I love your work because it's showing somebody's true personality so you can do headshots and other types of branded shots. So I would love it if you show everyone some of your work because I know it's absolutely beautiful.
Yeah, that's the best way for me to communicate what I do, because people think they have an idea. Maybe they don't understand what it really is, what it means to show up as the face of your brand with your unique character. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to do a screen
Sure, please.
share.
Yeah, go ahead.
Um, yeah, and I'm going to walk you through just a few images. And what I'm hoping they're going to reveal for you is the idea that everyone's different. everybody's bringing a unique character to the table, and it's based on what my client has told me they want. So Sylvia here is a mortgage specialist. And what she said to me is she wants to appear confident, professional, and friendly in her images. And so during our session, I said, well, I want you to bring a few outfits with you because we're going to change colors. And we even did 2 locations. The image on the right is in her kitchen at home, and the other 2 images are done at my studio here in Newmarket. So working with a couple of locations and working with this idea, we created images that reveal the character she wanted to show up as. Now, we did more in her session, but this is the idea that I wanted to capture how she wants to be seen. And so by using plain, bold colors and a clean look, I really feel that we succeeded in capturing what she wanted. And she felt the same way. She's been a great source of referral for me because she was so pleased with the way we captured her.
And it's absolutely beautiful. And yes, those are the same adjectives I would have gotten for her. Absolutely.
Yeah. So this image, and just to show you the extreme variety, Mandy's a female physique trainer and bodybuilder and brand representative. And so Mandy came to me and she said, I'm a brand representative and I'm going to be going into competitions and I need brand representation that reveals my character. Now she's short and she's mighty. And this is really her character. Although she's a lot of fun actually getting this shot. I asked her to give me that mean look and she couldn't stop laughing in the middle. So it actually took us a few shots to get her to actually be a little bit more mean, but we got there. And this is really her in that mode of being that brand representative, the person who is the physique trainer and the expert in her field. She's now been featured on magazines, like she got the cover of Maxim magazine, and she's been featured in all the bodybuilder magazines for female physique training. And she really is at the top of her game, single mom of 2 and a powerhouse of a woman. And I believe we captured that in these images. And so this is an example where we're moving from what does it mean to capture a person's character? And so Hayes, I actually met at my last in-person on-the-spot marketplace. And I walked up to her and I said, Hayes, I have to photograph you. Like some people you meet and you have to photograph. And it started a conversation that she said, I would love for you to photograph me. And so we got together and we talked about what that might look like. And she hired me for a session. And this was one of her favorite images because if you've met Hayes, you would say that is who she is. It's not simply what she looks like. It's an image of who she is. And this is the goal of a professional portrait photographer, especially in personal brand photography. She's a joyful leader and she runs a business called Grow My Grit. And once you meet her, you never forget her. But I want to show you another image, and this is the image I had in my mind when I met her. And that's, hopefully I can get it to go to this image. Mm-hmm. I had in my mind when I met her, the stately, almost presidential, confident woman. You know, I had this image and she brought the right outfit, this outfit that reflects heritage, but reflects her. And so we changed her look midstream and went for this look. So we have 2 very different looks from the same session. In fact, we got 5 or 6 incredible different looks from her session.
Wow, that is fantastic. Stunning work, yes.
So that gave her a library of images that she could use on all her social media and her content. This image here, what's the name of her business? Haley is, she's a happiness coach.
Yes.
Yeah, many people know her, and we met at an event in New Jersey, actually, and I said, here, come on in and get your shot done. And then we moved off. She said, I need some cutout images I can use on a white background. And I said, okay, well, let's do that for you. And so we created images for her character and business, and that's what we created. And I feel also those really reflected her brand. Jasmine, she's a content management and solutions person. And the minute you meet her, this is her. Like, this is her character. This is what and we created a wonderful collection of images for her with many different looks, but this was one of my favorite looks. And in fact, on location on Eglinton, we actually found a cafe that had her brand colors. And so these are her brand colors that I didn't have to manipulate at all in Photoshop.
That's fantastic.
We're almost done. Cindy Ashton, she's a professional singer and actress and a stage actress. and a professional speaker, presenter, and speaking coach. And so we did her images. Actually, this was also in New Jersey at her event. What's interesting is we captured images during that event that she was then able to use in an image for a book and a cause to level the playing field for women speakers. And it ended up in Times Square.
I love that.
Yeah.
That's brilliant.
And so that's just an example. I'll stop sharing for a sec. That's an example of what I mean when I say we're trying to reveal the character of the individual. So I'm not taking the same picture of each person. I'm taking pictures that when people look at them, they're going to say, Cindy, that's who you are. And that's the ultimate goal, the ultimate praise to a professional photographer, a portrait photographer, is when people look at the images, they see the real person, how they want to be protected.
Love that. I love that. And I look forward to working with you because I know
I can't wait.
Working with you is a few weeks away. So I'm looking forward to that. I'm going to put you a little bit on the spot. How would you describe me? What sides of my personality are we going to be looking at and showing?
So that's interesting. So when I first met you, I wasn't quite sure how to take you, but I knew you were a professional and you had absolute confidence in what you were delivering. And so those are the first two things that struck me. And then I realized you were well put together. You had a brand presence already. I don't have to coach you into a brand presence. You already bring that to the table. But then there's another side of you that is a lot more diverse that took me a little longer to learn, that I would love to try and reveal in images. So when a person sees you for the first time, they see a little more of you. Mm-hmm. That person that we get to know, the person who's really dedicated to helping people level up their game, that want to sell authentically, for example, because a lot of people think of the word sell and they go, I don't want to sell. But you create an environment for people to be comfortable selling what they're good at. Mm-hmm. And so how can we reveal that? And so these are the questions we're going to talk about. We're going to
I'm even more excited now.
we're going to figure out what that, not just, yes, we're going to get professional trainer Jane, the confident professional who helps people level up their sales game. But there's the other side of you that connects at a more personal level that I've gotten to know over the last year that I would love to be able to crack open. Yeah.
Oh, I look forward to this for sure. For sure. Yes, I think those that have come to my trainings with me in the past, of course, when we still had in-person events, I've always been a live trainer and most often did 2-day trainings or longer trainings. And the people there, I always said, got to know me the best. And the 3 words that I got the most in describing me beyond the professional and confident side was caring, authentic, and vulnerable. And I love that because I said that is me. And the ones that come to my training are the ones that are going to get to know me better and not just, whatever they're seeing otherwise when they're only seeing me for a few minutes delivering the beginning of Selling on the Spot Marketplace, for example. So
exactly. Yeah.
I look forward to working with you for sure. Now, I know you have a tool that you also can show us that, again, sets you apart and the quality of work that you do and provide.
Yeah, it's a really exciting tool that actually uses, sorry, my earpiece moves a bit. It reveals not just what I think about them or what you think about them, but it crowdsources responses to what others think of them based on 3 specific criteria. So I'm going to screen share and show you that.
Okay.
And so what I'm able to do is show people through their images in a scale based on 40 or more votes, public votes, how people feel about how competent, likable, and influential you are. And this is I'm asking business. There is something down here. I think I asked, let me just see if I tried one different. So I asked, interestingly, one on a social aspect. So I had an image of myself that was more social. And that is more about confidence, authentic, and fun. So and that scored really highly, actually. It scored a 9 and a 9.7 and an 8.2. But let me just show you as we go through these for business people, as I took their images, how they scored. So again, we're getting a lot of 8s and high 9s, which is remarkable. So this image here of Hayes, again, another image that we took, scored a 9.5, 9.8, and 9.2 in a public response to whether or not these communicated those traits. And those are traits I think we would all like as business people to exude from our images. And so as we look through them, this one's a little lower in score, but don't let a lower score make you think it's a low score. So 8.5 on influential and a 7.2 on likable and competent is not a low score. I just happen to be able to get consistently high above 8 or 8.5 scores for people. And so here again, we see a 9.8 on influential. And for her and in her business, that's really important. And the same thing for this woman here. In these images, it was more important for her to be influential than likable. Sometimes likability is not the most important trait we need to communicate, but the fact that we're either competent, 9.6, or influential. What if you're a banker? And I believe she works in the banking industry. And so likability wasn't the highest trait she was after. And she consistently scored high scores in the influential category.
Awesome.
And so I just wanted to kind of come through these and show you what has been achieved. And if you look at these scores, all, above 7s, again, here's one that scored low on likable, but scored high on competence. And because he works with people as what he calls him, he's self-proclaimed as an idea architect, helping people get clarity on their messages, he didn't need likable. He needed skilled. And so while we may look at this and say, oh, he scored low on likable, the people that are hiring him want him to be skilled and competent. And so, yeah, we just, as we go through, we see those things.
I love this. Yeah, a great way, again, that I believe that you set yourself apart because you're able to quantify what you're doing and the value that you provide for your clients.
Yeah, we want results to be measurable. And aside from those who know us telling us that they're measurable, our friends tend to be a little nicer than strangers. And so this is a way to get a stranger's input on your images.
Perfect. Oh, I'm so excited to be working with you. Thank you again. This, of course, was your sponsor spotlight in regards to selling on the spot marketplace. I'm thrilled to be sharing, again, your business, the quality of your work to our global audience. I do want to also mention that you did mention York Region. Ron is from York Region in Ontario in Canada, since we have an audience of over 20 countries that are going to be watching this video. So any quick final words that you would like to say and how people can find out a bit more about you?
Yeah, I think that the easiest thing is that if what I do resonates with you, I'd love to have a talk. And you can do that just by finding me, ronclifford.com. I'm very easy to find. And in there, you can just send me a message or find me a note or say, hey, I saw you on an interview. And we can begin that conversation about how you can have very brand specific images that reveal your character.
Wonderful. Thank you so much again today for this interview, Ron. I'm so excited to have you continuously showcasing your work, supporting us at Selling on the Spot Marketplace, and you come to our masterclass and our media training.
Yeah.
Clearly, we are a great fit together. Thank you again.
Thank you so much for having me.
Perfect. So please check out his work at ronclifford.com and subscribe to our channel here as well at Selling on the Spot. See you at another amazing Selling on the Spot Marketplace event. Here, Ron.
See ya.